What is up, you guys? Peter Carlo here, and today we're doing an update on Uber. We've been talking about Uber for the past couple of weeks. It's been about 10 days since I made a video on it, but this is performing very, very well. The three stocks that we've been covering, Affirm, Uber, and DraftKings today, which is just like DraftKings is up a ton, but the entire market's up. So I'm not going to pretend like I knew anything. The whole market's up today, but DraftKings is up about 8%. But in this video, we're going to specifically talk about Uber. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Go check out the Discord. The link is in the description. It is completely free. You guys get access to tons of courses, resources, live streams, as well as one of the best unusual options technical analysis bots out there. This is a $200 a month bot that we pay for entirely for you guys so that you can have it for free, because we don't want somebody to not have the best tools and resources at their fingertips because of a paywall. But if you do want to actually upgrade and support the channel and support my team and I, you can upgrade to get access to all of my trades for $20 per month. It is free to start for your first 3 days. We are up $8,431 within the first 21 days of December. So the goal is to help you guys become profitable and consistent with your trading. Also, check out the new Technical Analysis Mastery course. This is a 1.5 hour course. It's completely for free. It teaches you guys exactly all the indicators that I use, how I use them, and how I find trades. Check it out, guys. It's in the description, and let's get started. Let's take a look at Uber. So this is a weekly view of Uber. We're going to look at the weekly, and we're going to look at the daily. The reason for this is, number one, this is a longer trade. When I posted this trade, I am not planning to make this like a 1 to 2 day long position. I'm planning to hold this for a couple of months, to be quite honest. And that's why, even though I'm up about $500 right now, I'm not selling at this point. But looking at this weekly chart, you can see there are a lot of great things that are going on. Number one, we are on a major trend line. So we are holding this major trend line support. You can see that we're also at a very strong Fibonacci support level, which is very good. We're also at a major support because this was an old resistance at one point back here in 2020. So that's good. That's three major areas that people are looking for. We also have a big bull flag pattern, which is setting up here. So we have high confluence, and high confluence just means that this is a huge area of interest for many different traders across the spectrum, whether they're a Fibonacci trader, a pattern trader, a trend trader, an SMA trader. We'll talk about that in a bit. So across the board, that is very good. The other thing that we can see at this point is that even though we broke below support right here momentarily for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we were under this, we ended up reclaiming this. And I talk a lot about this with my private mentorship students. If you want to join the private mentorship, you can get access to that down below. It is going to be in the description. But one of the things I talk about with my private mentorship students all the time is the fact that big money and market makers can see what is going on below these trend lines. They know that there are tons of stop losses set right below all these trend lines, because if it were to break, they're going to get out of it. And that, necessarily is not a bad thing, because if you're a newer trader, like you've been trading less than 2 years and you've not been profitable, you need to have hard stops set. Because one of the biggest things that I've noticed is people have trouble with hard stop losses, or with not having a hard stop loss, because they're like, oh, you know what? I feel that we're going to end up, closing out a position, and then it's going to end up, I'm not going to be able to get out, or, maybe I get stopped out and then the thing completely runs. And that happens a lot. And that's one of the things that I want to try to get across the point, is that if you're somebody who, for instance, has not been trading that long and you need a hard stop, you should. But if you're somebody who's been trading for a bit, like myself, I always say, go in with a smaller position and just allow yourself to run through these areas, because most of the time that we snap a major support like this, we will end up reclaiming it. There are times that we don't, but we will reclaim it. You can see here multiple times before we broke this trendline support, we reclaimed it, broke this trendline support for a couple of days, reclaimed it. And it's not always that we end up breaking and then completely dropping. We're seeing the same situation here with Snapchat, where we broke and it looks like we're going to completely recover. Same thing with Pinterest, where we snapped, it looks like we're going to recover. Same thing with Twitter, where we snapped, it looks like we're going to recover. So it's not always, you always have to have protection to the downside mentally, but it's not always that this is going to happen. It's just most of the time it's going to, because they know that people are going to have stops set here. They're going to buy it up and then drive the stock back up. So at this point, I was seeing, okay, this hits everything that I'm looking for. We have a very good risk versus reward ratio. This is setting up on a huge time frame. This is at a very strong Fibonacci support. We're at a very strong trend line. We're looking damn good. And on top of that, big money was buying a lot of these. So we've seen about $20 million in the past month and a half come in for Uber, specifically for this June price, or this June expiration date, with a strike of, I have it written down here, 42.50. So we know that they're buying heavy. We know that they're not buying for just the next couple of weeks. They're buying for the next 6 months. So looking at this, I still stand by my initial thesis. I think our next price target is at 46. Then we'll be looking at a price target of 52. Then we'll be looking at a price target of about $60. And that is where I plan to start scaling out. If Uber starts to hit 47.58, I'm going to start to scale out of my position a little bit. Then if we hit 52, I'm going to scale out a little more, and then at 60, I will close out my position. But as always, guys, I'll keep you guys posted on it. I just want to do this update. I still think that even though Uber is up massive today, if you're looking at the next 6 months, this is still a trade that you could enter. Remember, it could pull back 3, 4, 5% tomorrow or next week. That's not what we're looking at. But if you're looking at the next 6 to 12 months, this thing is looking very, very good. Guys, I hope this video helps. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.